NBA analyst, NBA champion, and mean-mugging teddy bear, Kendrick Perkins. Perk! Let's start with
Max?
L.A. What's happening, in your opinion, with Russell Westbrook right now?
Well, I think right now, I haven't seen Russell Westbrook confidence this shot in forever, right? And so now it's on Frank Vogel to actually put him in position that he could be successful. And some may say this sound crazy, but offensively, I would take the ball out of Russ' hands, and I would actually move Braun back to the point forward position or point guard slot, and I would actually have Russell Westbrook coming up, setting screens, rolling to the basket, getting easy looks, getting that field back, getting to the free throw line, things to that nature. I would actually set him up where he's in dribble handoff situations, where he's backdoor cutting. I would have him cutting from the wing area. Like right now, Russell Westbrook can't buy a shot, and I understand that, but now it's on the Lakers to try to help figure it out, to put him in position so that he can help himself along with help the Lakers.
Jay Will brought this up on the radio this morning, Perk. They're playing an average of over 8 feet off of Russell Westbrook. Like, compare that to Kyrie Irving, who can shoot it. Even when he has an off night, his gravity is such that he pulls defenders toward him. Russell Westbrook, his defenders are clogging the lane right now. But, Perk, I ain't falling for this again. Westbrook will be fine in the second half. This happens every single year. He's over. He's finished. He's no good. Because he's always with a new team and new teammates. Then he adjusts and he catches fire in the second half. Okay, Perk is shaking his head. As mentioned earlier, Perk, the top 2 teams in the East met last night, and the Nets, with the aforementioned Kyrie Irving available because it was a road game, ran the Chicago Bulls out of the gym. KD led the way with 27 and 9 in 3 quarters, 17 in the third. Perk, coming into this game, the Bulls had won 10 of 11. They were one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Was this a wake-up call for the rest of the league?
No, I wouldn't go overboard. Look, I believe that the Brooklyn Nets could have won this game last night even if Kyrie Irving wasn't playing. Patty Mills was the unsung hero, and we have to remember, the Chicago Bulls were coming off a back-to-back, and that's no excuses, but I thought that game last night meant more to the Brooklyn Nets than it did the Chicago Bulls. Not only for a statement for the rest of the league, but for confidence for themselves. Now, with those big 3 on the floor together, I thought James Harden finally looked good. He came to play. He looked like he was locked in and focused. But at the end of the day, it's still teams out there in the East like the Bucks, the Heat when healthy, even the Chicago Bulls, that right now the Nets still have growth. They don't have that interior presence yet that could anchor a defense, and that's concerning.
Are you going to sit here on television and tell me right now that if all 3 guys of the big 3 are in the game, they have to worry about these Eastern Conference teams that they almost beat with just KD against the Bucks, who won the chip? Just KD almost got by the Bucks, and he has Kyrie and James Harden. You're going to tell me these guys have to worry about Eastern Conference teams?
Yeah, I'm going to sit up here and tell you that today. And we got to quit disrespecting teams because, look, the Chicago Bulls already
the Nets'
beat
big
the
3
Nets.
is.
No, I understand that, Max, but the Chicago Bulls has already beaten the Nets twice this year. The Milwaukee Bucks, we already know that Giannis is the most dominant player in the NBA right now. He's capable of taking over games. So I'm not going to count out the defending champions. But what I'm telling you, Max, is have the Nets shown you this year that they're just the clear-cut favorites to win in the East?
The big 3 have only played 2 games togetger. Let me tell you something. You're not counting out the defending champs. If those 3 play, let me watch this. 8, 9. They're getting counted out. Big Kendrick Perkins. Before we go, a lot of teams that are supposed to be good lost last night. So we're going to do a little roundup here and call it playoffs, play-in, or played out. Perk, I'm going to give you a team. You sort them out for us, all right? Tell us if they're going to the playoffs, the play-in tournament, or if you think they're played out. Okay, ready?
Let's get it.
We're going to start with the Sixers. They lost to the Hornets last night. Ben Simmons' return is looking less and less likely, and they are right in the middle, 5th in the East in the playoffs. So are they playoff, play-in, or played out?
They playoffs. They getting in the playoffs. They got Joel Embiid. Look, a guy that's giving you 30 and 10 a night. Maxey just came back. That was his first game out of protocol. You have Seth Curry and Tobias Harris both playing at a high level. They're getting into the playoffs.
Next up, the Dallas Mavericks, Perk. They lost to the Knicks last night, 105-88. They're currently 5th in the West. A lot of questions about Luka's fitness and its impact on their play. Playoffs, play-in, or played out.
Playoffs. Luka is going to be better. We saw what he's capable of doing when the lights are bright. They didn't have Porzingis last night, who, by the way, has been balling. Look, I understand the Knicks got the win last night, but every dog gets a bone every now and then. The Dallas Mavericks are getting into the playoffs this year.
On the other side of that game, speaking of dogs, the Knicks beat the Mavs. They're 7-3 in their last 10, Perk, but they're 11th in the East. R.J. Barrett's come alive recently, 30 points a game. Playoffs, play-in, or played out for the Knicks?
They're going to get in the play-in. I feel like, with the addition of them getting Cam Reddish in the trade, it feels like Julius Randle is going to get over this hump. And I must say, R.J. Barrett has been balling. And then you have a guy that kind of, look like you a little bit. Y'all both losing y'all hair a little bit. Evan Fournier, he's shooting the lights out the ball. So I see the Knicks getting into the play-in tournament.
I'm a silver fox. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at this head of hair. And finally, Perk, I had to do it. The Lakers, currently 8th in the West. Russ struggling. We talked about it. AD hurt. What's it going to be? Playoffs, play-in, or played out for the Lakers?
Playoffs. They're going to get into the playoffs. Anthony Davis will probably be back in 3 weeks. And if LeBron James, which I think he will, continue to play at the level that he's playing at, and Anthony Davis come back with his mind right, they're getting into the playoffs, Max.
The great Kendrick Perkins, ladies and gentlemen. Always good to see you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.